Hey everyone, Crash and Crash Customs, Lake Havasu, Arizona. More progress on the 1954 Ford Victoria Crestline. Lots of rust repair has been done already. This go around, front floor pans and a cross brace. And I need to do the brackets for mounting the fender skirts. The original ones were totally gone, rusted, and disappeared. Front panels for the floors and a new cross brace. I already cut some of this off already because we put a new panel in here for the inner rocker. But I wanted to show you, there's undercoating on all this. This one's real clean though. This brace here, similar to the front, you can see there's a bent flange here on the bottom and on the side. Same with this one. Right? They all have it. Our new piece right here, it's got the flange for the floor, but not to attach it to the inner rocker. No flange here, or here. That flange gets spot welded to the inner rocker. It's like, structural. So I'm going to be putting a flange on the new piece, which, whatever. It is what it is, right? Putting a flange on three sides of this is way faster than reproducing this whole piece. Nice thick gauge. So first things first. Flange it. Fender skirt is on, solid. Gasket is on, not glued. They just kind of like clamp on, kind of. I can show you that on the other one. So final fitment will be determined by the bodywork, really. But let me show you what we did. They're on there. They're solid. I could probably grab this and knock the whole car off the hoist if I was strong enough. 55 to 56 brackets are not the same as 54 Ford. So, and I had no reference. I couldn't find anything online. My buddy's got a 54 Merc. He took pics of what he's got, but Merc is also completely different than Ford. I would have thought the same parent company would have done the same setup back in 54, but no. So let me show you here. This is one of them. Modified. The back edge here, or the forward edge that meets here, was squared off. So I rounded it like this one to fit the contour better. And then the notch where the rod for the skirt slides in, this one I have not modified yet, so you can see quite a bit of difference, right? This one, the notch was open just a little bit because the opening is not wide enough for the rod, but here is too wide. So you can see I just cut that part, welded it, shortened it, and welded it back together. You can see by quite a bit, right? These brackets will come off, get cleaned up, painted, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we're still building the car. So they are they're on there. They ain't gonna fall off. I'm happy about that. But what a workout, the way the whole thing is engineered. This releases this, which is in this slot, so there's no play side to side for that. If there was, see how this one is U-shaped, cradles it, it drops in from the top. You can't do it on this side because of the way the clamping device up here is. So you hook it in here first, get this above, right? And then work this one inward to the outer skin. And everything is held on nice and tight, man. Nice and tight. Skirts are mounted and done. Let me show you this gasket. I said it kind of just clips in, and it does. I would glue it too, but the skirts are getting repainted when the body gets repainted. So need the gasket to fit everything up proper. Once they get repainted to match the body, glue the gasket in. Flanges are welded on. A little, I wouldn't even call it a full cross brace to the floor, to the rocker. Those are on, ready to go. Cut a big section of the floor out. Rusty, obviously. This is the back side of the brace area. Right? So, cleaning up edges and some of the peripheral pieces need some help. Right here, that's not right. And some of the kick panel on the inner structure is rusted through also. Have a little piece made for the top of the rocker right here, the door sill. You can see that's missing. This will fit in here roughly, right? And then I'm gonna make a kick panel piece and cut this piece proper for this. I'm not using this whole thing. I don't need to use this whole thing. It's a lot of work to use this whole thing. So just fixing the bad spots, really, which makes sense, right? Why would you fix the good spots? Kick panel piece made. Got a little bit of odd shape to it, a little curve on the one edge there. Let me drop it in here. Right there. Like that. Like that. So cut out the bad, weld spot that in, and then this one will go on top of it, basically. And then lower kick panel piece pretty much done. A little bit of cleanup left on that. This piece is ready to go in. That has to go in before this piece goes in, and that is pretty much cleaned up and fitted. All the small pieces that I made are welded in, ground down, ready for the next step, which is fitting the pre-manufactured floor pan. And this flange lip here is irrelevant. The original floor does not have that. See right here, flat. This edge, forward edge, is flat as it should be because it overlaps to the toe board there. And the side and back flange is only relevant if you're putting this piece on from underneath. It's meant so that the original floor lays over it, and then you just weld this. It's pretty easy setup if the car is not on the frame. Let me show you. Frame, exhaust. You're not sliding this in from underneath. So nice thought, but completely irrelevant to what I'm doing. Laying the floor brace in here, test fit everything, and can you tell it's a little a little higher than the floor, just a little higher than the floor, and the holes kind of line up. Should be able to just cut some off the end here and get it to fit proper. That's the plan right now. Cut some off the end, put another rib in here, and you know, it looks like it fits real good, except for these need to go in. And then our fitment is garbage. I'm gonna take some cut, grind, fit, repeat. Right here, still flush, but not back here. Not even close. It's like 3/4 of an inch. I'm gonna have to pie cut that. All right, my finger is not a measuring device, but let's see. All right, it's not 3/4, but it is pretty damn close to 3/4. Slice and dice that one up. Just test fitting it, and it is where I want it to be. Just spotted, obviously. Pie cut, triangle, right? Pointy part right here. Pizza crust right here. You know what I mean? There was just a little over 1/2 inch here, actually here at this point, that I took out to nothing here. And if you're smart with your cuts, I just went one cut across here, right? And then bent this. And once this is all welded together, ground down nice, nobody's gonna know. Fitted, welded, ground down nice and smooth. You can see it's flush with the floor pan now. Let me show you the other side that everyone will see. Well, everyone that goes underneath the car will see, right? Right there. Pie cut, like I said. Weld it all up. Ground down smooth. Put some undercoating on that when we do the floor. It's gonna look better than factory. Tunnel side is tacked in. Floor where the seat goes, tacked in. Perimeter where the rocker is, fully spot welded in, along with the floor brace spotted in, and where it meets the toe board, spot welded in. When you do this, this metal moves around with the heat. So what you want to do, especially like in this, I wouldn't call this the center of the panel, but you want to work from the inside of the panel out. So if you saw, I started in the middle here, worked out, because this, it'll move this around. It'll move this around for sure. And then I did the rest of the floor brace, and then I decided to work from the center of this out and out. And then this, locked this all in, because if this moves around a little bit on me, I can open up the seam a little to get a good weld, good penetration. Think about that. You don't want to just like randomly start welding stuff in, because the heat, if you do here and here, this could buckle up and you're going to end up having like too much metal basically here. It'll buckle up or buckle down. Same with the rest of the perimeter. Just want to think out your welds to push the panel out where you want to go. Welded in, ground down as smooth as a floor pan needs to be. This channel here is a little bit wider than the factory, so I did a little bit of hammer and dolly on here to widen it out so it flows. And along here I bead rolled this, stepped the edge a little bit to get this pan closer to the floor brace, because with everything flat, you're stacking this metal, you're stacking this metal. The stuff along here was stacked, so it just didn't lay nice to the floor brace. So stepping that a little bit with the bead roller worked great. This is ready to be seam sealed along the edges and sprayed to prevent it from getting rusty again. Let me show you what things look like from underneath. This is all ready to be seam sealed along the seams, obviously, edges of things, and undercoated. That is where I'm going to leave this one. I was originally planning on having a video for all the floors, and at the time I thought the driver's side was not that bad. And it's getting long. It's getting very long. Let me give you a quick sneak peek of the disaster, because I've started cutting out the bad. Pile of more junk. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll keep giving you weekly content on everything that's going on in the shop, including finishing this up. And that. And that.